All right, family. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. We got a powerful one today, family. We're going to be talking about West African tribes that come from the Nile Valley. People don't know about this, but we're going to make the connection so we can empower our minds with the truth. Uh, before we get started, I want y'all to get over there to my Patreon, General SETI. Got over 500 exclusive live streams off the chain to pop in this Patreon page on the planet. Click that link at the top of the chat. Also, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official General SETI, DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry. We got some fly materials over there for your family. We got them exclusive DVDs, classic, that you cannot get anywhere else. You feel what I'm saying? Also, check out the memberships on the YouTube. General SETI, Sarasun SETI, gain access to exclusive material on my YouTube pages. And make sure you get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because you will get banned. You feel what I'm saying? Nah. What did I bring this one up? Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Even, we have to discuss this to bring clarity to, questions that come up, when we talk about East Africa. And a lot of people say, man, y'all niggas can't prove y'all come from no damn Egypt and this, that, and yes, we can. Use a goddamn lie. We can make the connection. I don't know what you're talking about. You see, we're gonna adjust y'all niggas today because many West African tribes that's in today, matter of fact, all of them originated in East Africa. Okay, all of them originated in East Africa. Did the research. You see, did the research, and I'm gonna do it again for the family right here live. But we're gonna talk about, the West African tribes that originated in East Africa. Okay. Now, when I looked it up, it says yes. I asked West African tribes that say they come from East Africa or the Nile Valley. Yes, multiple West African peoples with an S, preserve traditions, names, and historical memories that trace their origins to East Africa, the Nile Valley, or the Upper Nile Sudan region. So we talking about Nubia, we talking about Egypt, we talking about all of that, the Nile Valley in general, some even Ethiopia. You see, these traditions are not random. Many align with known population movements caused by climate change or Sahara desertification, trade, and empire formation. So this is not random, okay? So many of our people, even when we think about West Africa, people want to say, oh, where we come. No, we didn't just come out of no goddamn West Africa. We came from all over Africa. Okay, and we're going to make a direct lineage connection from West Africa into the East Africa, into Nubia, into Egypt, to show that yes, that is our culture. You see, a lot of motherfuckers say, can we? Yes, we can do it. Take the time and do your goddamn research, okay? And so below is careful evidence-based list separating oral traditions, linguistics, archaeology, and genetics. You see, and all of that. So, okay, so historical background, why these traditions exist. Okay, Green Sahara between 10,000 and 3,000 BC allowed east-west movement. So it was easier to come across. You see, it was easier to come. Sahara dissipation push populations toward the Nile, Niger, and Senegal region, so rivers. And so, people went, when they got, started getting hot up there, they went to the rivers for sure, whereas, before that, they probably could have existed in the more lush regions all across Africa. But with the desertification, of North Africa to the extent of the Sahara, a lot of people just migrated, particularly to the rivers. Okay, and so the Nile, Chad, Niger corridor was a real migration route. The Nile, the Chad, Niger corridor was a real migration route. Later Islamic scholars recorded these movements. So, when people get these maps and you see, like, particularly the map that I just had up, and you see, the trade routes that lead all over Africa. You see, that lead all over Africa. Those trade routes was in Africa thousands of years before the Arab or the European got there. You see, our people was moving across, a car and get in the damn high or get on the highway today. You see, it's only with the deserts, and that has caused this barrier between east and west, where a lot of now you had to be some of those migrant groups, you know what I'm saying, that they move back and forth, the tradesmen, some of them with the Berbers and things, they do the trading, and so they get them camels and they load them up with things from West Africa, you know what I'm saying, and they take it to East Africa. When they get to East Africa, you got many of them over that on the northern East area that bring a lot, and some of them go, when they get to East, they load up, come back with more products and things of importance and shit that the people in West Africa can't readily get. You know what I'm saying? So they bring it back from East Africa. So this connection between has always been no disconnection between East Africa and West Africa at all. Okay, even the scholarship, even when we talked about Great Timbuktu, was still a connection with Cairo and the university systems of Egypt and Nubia. You see what I'm saying? So they was just like universities today. You understand? They trade information. You have scholars that come from the various universities that come to teach in those particular universities. Coming from Cairo, go to Timbuktu, go from Timbuktu to Cairo. But even when Timbuktu was at its height, you had to be highly skilled to be able to teach at Timbuktu. You had to be highly skilled. It was have so many, you had to have some degrees, man, on to that level. You had to have about 4 or 5 different, masters. You see what I'm saying? To go to Timbuktu. You see, because they was teaching high astronomy, high mathematics. You see what I'm saying? They was heavy in just, we talking about handwritten books too. These ain't no. So that's the one thing about Africa, that that they were highly literate, because the average brother and sister in both Cairo, Egypt, ancient Egypt, and in Nubia and in Timbuktu, that the average person was literate. You see what I'm saying? You go into some of them homes and they got treasures for each family. You know what I'm saying? Where they keep their scrolls and they, I think what they call them, like not carving, but like treasure chests. It's like a chest. Where they keep the scrolls in there, and to preserve them. So each family, you go in their house and shit, they'll start pulling out them chests and they'll open them up, man. They have so many in just one house, you see? So they, so you talking about, you can't do that in no goddamn Europe. I can guarantee you that. You can't do that now. You can't do that right goddamn now. You understand what I'm saying? And so let's jump right off into some of our people from West Africa that speak that they come from East Africa. Let's deal with that. Now you got the Hausa. You got the Hausa that say they come from the Nile Valley. Ancestors came from the east, sometimes explicitly Egypt or Nubia. The Baha'u'llah legend describes an Eastern hero founding Hausa states. Okay, Baha'u'llah legend describes an Eastern hero founding Hausa states. Evidence: Chahadic language is linked to Afro-Asiatic, same family as ancient Egyptian. Archaeology shows east to west movement through Lake Chad. So there's a link right there. The language, the Chahadic language is linked to Afro-Asiatic. Okay, so we got to adjust people. So when you tap into your ancient Egypt, you got to know that family been coming across in link. And a lot of people, it's crazy because many of us, we get, we got links to all parts of Africa. And here it is, they own the continent right next door to each other, and we act like they so divided. You got some blood in you, a lot of blood in you, right from West Africa, and it come up, and some got some from East Africa just pop up. You see what I'm saying? And so, but we act like the West African and the East Africa, they so much divided, and they right there on the continent. So if you can have some, you don't think the East African got West African blood and the West African got, that don't make no goddamn sense. We got to stop that. But we so isolated in our thinking. We so isolated, nigga, Bloods and Crips, this, that, and the third. We're isolationists today. You see, we don't, our people in the ancient world wasn't isolationists to that extent. They shared wisdom and knowledge, and that's why you was able to see civilizations all over the goddamn planet. You see, now let's move down here. The Kanuri, Kanim Bornu, okay, Kanim Bornu, the Kanuri, okay, that's northeast Nigeria, Chad. Tradition says origins near the Nile, Sudan. Migration westward to Lake Chad. Okay, now this particular family evidence one of the strongest documented east to west migrations. Medieval Arabic historians confirm Eastern origin. Okay, confirm it. So this is not just, some people just got oral tradition. You see what I'm saying? This ain't just no oral goddamn tradition. This has been backed up. You see, this is being backed up by evidence. You see, let's get down here to the next one. The Fulani. Okay, the Fulani is also one of those tribes. Origin in the Upper Nile or Horn of Africa. Origin in the Upper Nile or Horn of Africa. Migration westward across the Sahel. Okay, across the Sahel, evidence pastoralist culture parallels East African cattle traditions. Pastoralist culture parallels East African cattle traditions. Genetics show mixed Sahelian East African components. Okay, so that's backed up by genetics. So here it is. And so a lot of that's Senegal, Nigeria, Sudan. So a lot of our people, when they left West Africa, and what we have to understand, like a lot of what we say West Africa, that's just where they at. That don't mean that's where they started. That's just like Dr. Brian say, that's where the boats left. That don't mean that's where the goddamn people came. That's where the boats left. And so a lot of people got identified with where the boats left and shit. But even though they was dragging them all wherever they could get them from, you see, and yes, it was a heavy component that came out of West Africa, but a lot of West Africans is from East Africa. Okay, then. So, and a lot of them have been saying long before we said it. So you understand what I'm saying? People think, oh man, y'all just saying, well, goddamn it, these traditions is in West Africa older than when the fuck we said it. So maybe while we tapping into who we are actually saying some shit that is unlocking in our damn DNA. It's our spirits is when you see this shit deeper than just some goddamn You understand? We got information in our DNA that's unlocking it, that's giving us a hint, go this way. You understand? We're not just moving it, carelessly. We are moving in the spirit. You feel me? So the Fulani, also the Songhay, okay? Yeah, the Songhay. You see, Mali, Niger, traditions say early kings came from the east, sometimes Egypt. I seen a video myself where one of the kings, the chief, said he was from Egypt, that they people came from Egypt. I seen the video myself. Founder Za al Yaman is said to have Eastern origins, evidence strong Nile Sahel trade links. Early Songhai material culture resembles Eastern Sudanic zones. Okay, early Song, and that's one of the matter of fact, Songhai was the mightiest empire in all of West Africa. Songhai was the largest and the mightiest empire in all of West Africa. Okay, so that says something very, very important that we have to tap in. We from all over Africa. That's why we say, we have, because we know we tapping in. You see, to all our, we ain't just no one. God damn it, we all that. We like fucking Voltron, nigga. You see what I'm saying? We came together and formed Voltron. That's why we're so amazing and shit, because we done tapped into the greatness of all regions. You see, believe that. Evidence said, dealing with the Songhai, strong Nile, Sahel, and we went over that. Demandi, you see, Demandi, you see, Mali, Guinea. Tradition says ancestors came from the east via the Nile movement connected to drying Sahara. Evidence, linguistics tied to Saharan groups. Archaeology supports slow westward expansion. So this is backed up by archaeology. This is backed up by linguistics. This is backed up by genetics. This ain't just no damn oral tradition. We got to stop the Yoruba. Yeah, Southwest Nigeria. And a lot of people say, when you get that one country that they all, Nigeria pop up a lot. You see, Nigeria pop up a lot. That's one of them that pop up a lot. Tradition says, Yoruba, some traditions claim origins from the east. Aduduwa, sometimes described as coming from the sunrise. Okay, Aduduwa, sometimes described as coming from the sunrise. Important note, this does not explicitly say Egypt, but east. Symbolisms may perverse memory of older movement. Okay, but they came from the east. Okay. Okay, you got Ganja, Ghana. We ain't talking about the trees, nigga. Y'all nigga, oh man, the Ganja. That's y'all gonna be quick to jump on. Oh yeah, man, we from the Ganja tribe. That's why we smoke so much Ganja. You see what I'm saying? The Ganja. You see, northern Ghana, tradition says migration from Hausaland, Sudan, Eastern Sahel origin. Migration from Hausaland, Sudan, Eastern Sahel origin. Masi. Okay, Masi. Burkina Faso. Tradition says founders came from east of the Volta, linked to Nile Chad movements indirectly. Okay, so, this is very important that we look into this. Now, what's crazy, man, they didn't even put this one in, because I didn't look it up 2 times, and every time you look it up, they add and take something away. Now, what's crazy, man, my father's last name is Lunda, you see, which is African tribe in Angola. You see, is actually the capital of Angola. Lunda is spelled the same way. You see, Luanda. You see? So now they also say that they come from the Nile, that they come from Egypt too. Coming up out wait a minute, let me get this right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, coming up out of Angola, they saying that they originated in the Nile too. I'm gonna try to get it up here. So let me see if I can get it. I'm gonna have to look for it. When I can look for it and I come back on the next video, I'ma have it. You see? I'm gonna have it. So I'll be, I most definitely tap because I'm most definitely gonna tap into that. But anyway, family, that right there. So when people ask you how do how do you people using Egypt? How do you know you come from Egypt? You got go do your goddamn research. Many of the tribes in West Africa, and we talking about some of the dominant tribes. You see, some of the dominant tribes, most definitely. You see what I'm saying? Most definitely, dominant tribes coming out of West Africa come out of the East. A lot of them speak specifically of Egypt, Sudan, Nubia, and the Nile Valley, even further up, even into Ethiopia. Do your research, and when they ask you that goddamn question, the next time, tighten their ass up with the truth. You feel me? Feel me? I'll see y'all in a minute, family. Make sure y'all get on over there to Patreon. We got some fire. We got some fire over there right now. I just dropped the other day, man, packed with information. You got to have it. You feel me? KingSeti.com. We got some fire products over there. We got some fire exclusive materials in the memberships. If you check it out, you can get access to it. And make sure you subscribe right this minute. Subscribe and get a video a thumbs up, and I'll be right back.